Welcome to the Uncharted 4 Survival DLC weapon guide. In this video we'll be going over each weapon inside the Survival DLC. We'll be covering each of the weapons inside the Survival DLC, and we'll be going over which one would best suit your playstyle and give you a better feel of what the weapons are actually like before you actually purchase the DLC for yourself. In the Survival DLC, the new weapons have actually been taken from the previous Uncharted multiplayers and now included in this DLC. So these weapons include the M4 assault rifle, which was taken from Uncharted 2, the Para 9, which was taken from Uncharted 3. Also, this includes the Micro 9mm from also Uncharted 3. This is a sidearm weapon. We've got the Pack 80, which is a light machine gun, once again taken from Uncharted 2 and 3. And finally the Desert 5, which I believe is a new weapon. Jumping straight into things, we'll be taking a look at the stats for the M4 assault rifle. Now, in my opinion, I really like this assault rifle. I feel as if it's not really unique to the game, however, it is the best fully automatic assault rifle in my opinion in this game. The recoil pattern, as you can see, is quite similar to those of the AK-47 and things like that. Very controllable recoil pattern, especially at longer ranges. Also, the damage model is not too bad. It has a 5-hit headshot and a body shot down of 9 as well. So once again, quite similar to a lot of the other fully automatic rifles already in this game. However, I feel as if overall this just shoots a lot better. I feel that the rate of fire is slightly faster than some of the other weapons as well that are already in the game. The M4 in my opinion is the best fully automatic weapon in the game so far. I do think it is the better assault rifle. However, the only thing I feel as if Naughty Dog missed out within this is that they missed out an opportunity to add another burst rifle into the game, which is what is lacking, to be honest, because we only have the FAL, and that is more or less us. With this, in real life, the M4 actually is a burst rifle, so I believe they should have made this a 4-round burst rifle, which would have been a much better addition to this DLC. So next up, we're getting the stats for the Para 9. Now, the Para 9 was a fantastic weapon in the Uncharted 3 multiplayer. It was the best sidearm in the game. Now, I believe in Uncharted 4 now, the Para 45 has already been taken as the best sidearm in the game. And I don't believe the Para 9 actually fits in anywhere. I mean, it is only worth 1 loadout point, so if you can't really afford to have the Para 45 within your loadout, you can take the Para 9 instead. However, it's not really anything too different to the weapons that are already in the game. There's a lot of semi-automatic sidearms to choose from already, and the Para 9 in there didn't really make too much of a difference. As you can see, the recoil pattern and everything is respectable, and the same with the damage on this weapon, it is really good as well. But once again, if you're going to go for a Para, you're going to go for the Para 45, which is actually overall slightly better within range, recoil, damage, everything. It is slightly better than the Para 9. So I would recommend going for the Para 45 anyway, but if you don't have the loadout space, then definitely go for the Para 9 opposed to some of the other weapons like the RECOIL or something like that. Don't get me wrong, it is a respectable weapon, however within its genre there is a lot of other better weapons than this. Moving over to the new heavy weapon that's added into the game, this is the Desert 5. Now this is the most pointless addition to the DLC I've ever seen in a while actually. Now, the reason for that, this is exactly the Barrock, but with a different skin on it, to be honest with you. It does the same damage and everything. The recoil pattern is quite similar as well. There's nothing different to this than you can't already get in the Barrock, so I wouldn't really recommend purchasing this at all, or even trying to grind to get this, because everything to do with this weapon is more or less exactly like the Barrock. If anything, actually, I would prefer the Barrock. And the reason for that is the blind fire on the Barrock is actually slightly better than the blind fire on the Desert. So I would definitely recommend going for the Barrock instead. I mean, the reticle for the Desert is slightly better to use than the triangle sort of thing. But once again, it's more or less the exact same weapon. You're not really missing out on anything there. I feel as if Naughty Dog are just adding guns in the game for the sake of adding guns in the game now. If you do notice a difference between these weapons, please leave it in the comments, because to be honest with you, I don't see the difference at all. Moving over to the Pack 80, this was quite a unique addition to the game. I really do like the fact that they added it inside the primary weapon slot instead of the heavy weapon slot, because the reason for that is because the Stoner is more or less exactly the same weapon as this. I mean, I think this does slightly less damage than the Stoner does, and it is slightly slower overall as in a weapon. However, it is pretty cool. I do like the idea of it, and the fact that you don't actually need to reload with this. So if you do like machine guns and this is your kind of thing, then this is the one and only kind of weapon in its sort of class. Now, of course, the only reasonable thing to compare this to is the stoner, so we'll compare it to that for now. The recoil pattern on this is a lot worse than the stoner is. The stoner is actually better, of course, since that is a heavy weapon, you're going to need to purchase that. The amount of ammo this holds is slightly more than the stoner holds, which is a good thing, of course. This is a primary weapon and not a heavy weapon. The damage this does is definitely fair. I mean, there's nothing too bad about it. It's a 4-hit headshot and a body shot down of 7. So, it's definitely very respectable, still quite high damage, the fact that you've got a lot of bullets there as well. I definitely only recommend using this at medium to sort of close range. At long range, this gun just goes all over the place. The reticle's not even good enough for you to aim at longer ranges, so definitely keep this to close, medium range. Blind fire also isn't really that good with this gun, so try and stay away from blind firing as much as you possibly can. I mean, it definitely can be done, however, I don't really recommend it. Just touching on blind firing, the only good thing about this when it comes to blind firing is that you don't really run out of ammo. So, I mean, if you are in a blind fire battle with someone, the chances are you might scare them off. Now for the micro 9mm, once again another weapon I believe shouldn't have been added into the game. There's a lot of other sidearm fully automatic weapons in the game already, such as the Fossa and the RECOIL, so there's other weapons that are already taking up these positions, and I mean there's almost 2 of every weapon now, so there's a lot of choice already in the game. I feel as if the micro was just added once again for no reason whatsoever. There could have been a more thought out weapon process for this DLC, something that wasn't taken from previous games, because a lot of inspiration already has been taken from previous Uncharted games already for the existing guns. So, I mean, I've got the stats up here anyway, you can take a look at that for yourself, but once again, very similar to the Fossa that's already in the game and the RECOIL. In my opinion, the RECOIL is the best if you're going to go for something that's in this class. I mean, this is worth less loadout points, so if you're running out of loadout points and you really want to get a weapon something similar to the RECOIL or the Fossa even, then go for this, I mean, by all means. But like I said, there already is other better weapons already in the game. From the micro 9mm and the Para 9, a really good benefit you are getting from them, however, is a 1-second reload time. So the reload time for this is actually really quick compared to some of the other sidearms in the game. That has been our review of the Uncharted 4 Survival DLC weapons. The weapons are also called flashback weapons because obviously, like I said, they were taken from previous Uncharted games. Now we are working on more videos, of course, Uncharted related. We were looking to obviously make videos on other games as well, but we haven't come around to doing that just yet. So the Uncharted videos that will be coming out soon are, we're making the Shield of Asgard mystical video, that's in process as we speak. I understand we have been taking a while to make that video, we will get that out fairly shortly. Also we're working on a cinematic video as well, which we can now do with the Uncharted cinema mode, so similar to the cinematics you've been seeing throughout this video, we will be working on a similar video but with a bit of a story to it, and hopefully a lot better in my opinion. But that's been this video. I hope you enjoyed watching. Please leave a like, go ahead and follow us on Twitter as well for some behind the scenes, and thanks for watching.